Hey everyone, it's Krista here with Outgrowing. And as promised, I wanted to make a follow-up video to my last video that was going to be the top 5 worst of the worst cut flowers for me for 2024. I meant to do that before I started. I always get thirsty when I'm talking so much. Anyways, so I wanted to do this follow-up video with the top 5 worst of the worst of cut flowers for me for 2024. And just the disclaimer to this is that although they weren't the best cut flowers for me, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to try to grow them again. I do not give up after 1 year. I know that they can be successful, but there are 5 top ones that I absolutely did not have great success with whatsoever, and I was quite disappointed in them. So I'm just gonna get right to it. And so I had a really great year of cut flowers. They were amazing. They kind of started off nice and early, and then I ended up having them pretty late as well, and was able to do a wedding in September and have flowers all the way till pretty much the beginning of October. So that was really wonderful. So that cut flowers were great for me, as I've said in my previous video, but there are 5 that I could think of like very quickly that I just knew they were just crap for me. So let's start with number 5. Number 5 is the paper daisies. And I think the first problem was poor germination. I planted them too early. I think there was too much wet and then they didn't germinate well. So I get back from my cruise and I replanted them. And slow germination again. I've never grown paper daisies before, so I know now I need to look up a little bit more about like growing them and what's going to make them successful. By the end of the season, I did have some nice ones growing. I think they were called they were white ones and like a lavender colored one, and they were growing pretty good. They were, I think, the giant ones. I will post that up in here, which ones that were successful. But anyway, so I had these white ones and then I had these reddy pink ones, and they just didn't get very much stem length. I grew lots of them, so I don't know if it was because of the heat in July that they just didn't grow very good, or if it was I'm not really too sure. I did use a few stems in them, but over the course of the summer, but I did not use hardly what I thought it was. Oh, it's Texas boy. It's Texas boy. Hi, baby bear. Oh. Okay, duty. Down. Number 5, paper daisies. I will grow them again because I think they have a place. I'm just a little bit worried about like their stems, like the ones that did grow tall. They're so delicate. Like they're just so delicate that it seemed like, I was bending them pretty easily and stuff like that. So I don't know if they're going to be great all around, but I am going to grow them again because I have a ton of seeds. And I have followed another person on Instagram or Facebook, I can't remember, and she's in Manitoba and she grows the paper daisies and hers were beautiful. So I thought, wow, I can't give up on them that easily. So I'm going to grow them one more time, but they sucked for me this year. Badly. And I used a lot of space to grow them. They were crap. Number 4 is the green dangles grass. And I did not have one seed germinate. So I don't know if it was just crappy germination or what the heck it was. The seed were crap. I don't know. I have no idea, but I was excited about them and they did not perform whatsoever. That is brutal. I'm super disappointed in them. I think I would like to try to grow them one more time. Did I end up ordering some more of them? Let me just have a quick look. I placed an order through William Dam Seed Company already. This is my kind of greenery one. And I ordered up some grass. I just want to kind of I like to order throughout the year so that I'm not getting like this big seed order all at once. That's not it. I don't know. Well, that one was a bad one too. I don't know if I have the green dangle. Oh, I forgot to put this on my list, but I should. I'm gonna add it on there for you guys. I don't think... This one I'm gonna put on there too. I don't know. I would like to try that one again. Let's see, sweet. I must have used up all the seeds, so I don't have any. The green dangles grass, and I didn't order any more. But anyways, it looks cool. It's got these like green dangly things on it. I think it'd make a really cool little piece into a bouquet. Like I think it would add some, oh geez, sorry buddy. Cool texture. So I don't know, I might try them again, but there's so many other grasses and cool things to grow. Like I did already order this more euphorbia. I grew that for my first time. I ordered more of that. And then, I ordered these little, I'm going to try these. I don't know if they'll grow or not either. These balloon cotton bush. Okay, you're just too much. Balloon cotton bush. So I'm going to try those, which will be interesting too. So I don't know. Those you got to plant way long time before. But anyways, so I don't know if the green dangles, I needed to start it early, or I don't know what it was. I just kind of threw it in the ground hoping for the best, because I'm thinking like if it's a grass, it should grow. Like grass is my nemesis out there. I've got grass growing everywhere. I don't want it to be growing. So I'm like, well, if it's a grass, it should grow. Well, that's not necessarily the case when you are thinking about these fancy grasses. So I'm not sure if I will order that. There's just so many cool grasses out there. So I'm not totally sold on that, but I'll make a game time decision on my last order. So that was a fail. My number 3, that was a fail. And I am still going to plant this flower, but I am not going to plant it for cut flower. I'm just going to plant it because I love the flower and I use it to do other things with, and it's edible. But number 3 is Calendula. I love Calendula. I absolutely adore this flower so much. I love the bright colors of it. But the problem is that the stems don't grow uber tall. I mean, some of them do, but it's just inconsistent. The stems aren't straight. And then once you get one flower, they shoot off flowers off the side, and then they're just not super straight either. You can collect the seed from them. Awesome. They're beautiful to do that. And then you can replant them all the time, but they are just, they're just not a great cut flower. And so what they are great for though, is they're edible. So you can add them on salads. You can use them in like making salves and stuff like that. So I'm still going to grow them, and I have lots of seed, but I'm just not going to have them as for cut flowers, and that's okay. I'm just not going to grow like I had two areas that were 10 feet by 4 feet that were succession planted with calendula, and I didn't hardly use them. They are so beautiful in the flower, in an arrangement, because of that big, bright, beautiful orange color you get and all the variety of colors you can get in calendula. But I gotta find something that is going to replace that, because I love that big, brilliant orange color, but calendula just doesn't do it for me as far as a cut flower goes. But I do absolutely love the flower. I think it is amazing, and I like the scent of it. It's kind of a bizarre scent, but so that's my number 3. My number 2 fail this year, which was, it's of no surprise. I neglected them a little bit and probably should have put a little bit better care and attention into that bed where they were. But asters. Shit the bed on the asters. And let me tell you, the first year I grew my asters, they were unbelievable. These asters were performers in my cut flower garden. They grew so beautifully. They had this amazing vase life. All the people that were part of my subscription were like, what are these, Krista? These are unbelievable. They're amazing. Last year I planted them in a spot that got pretty overrun by this grass. Like I don't know how we're going to deal with it. It just takes over. Like we're on a ranch, there's just seeds flying everywhere. It's very challenging to keep the grass out of the garden. And so I got to figure something out with that. But so my asters did terrible. They got asters yellow on them, which is a disease that it affects the flowers. They don't bloom open properly. They're discolored. The stems can be the stems are discolored. I think it's pretty contagious to other plants. Like you just don't want that. So that happened in my asters. And then I think that's caused from too much water, maybe, I think. And then it's also, it can be passed by these little bugs, I'm pretty sure. I haven't looked, as I said before, I'm not a master in all the pests and diseases, but I have looked that up because I've had it last year and this year. And I planted the asters on an entirely different end of the garden, so whatever. So yeah, so those were crap for me too this year. I love asters. I want them to grow. I think I will grow them. I have lots of seeds left over. I'm not going to order any new seed. I'm just going to grow what I have, but you have to start them early and get them growing. So I will plant them again because I love this peach colored one. It's called Tower Chamois is what the variety is called, and they're gorgeous. And I got a few different varieties of them. I got like this rainbow colored one. Anyways, I got these Seeker Blues, I think they're called, and they're all beautiful if they grow properly. And so the first year they grew amazing. Last year they grew pretty good. This year, crap. So that is on my list of things to really kind of pay attention to this year and not let them go to crap. And my number one my biggest cut flower fail of 2024 is tulips. I've done a whole video on the tulips, but I have to put that on my list of fails. They were such a horrific fail. I lost money on them. They grew worth crap. They didn't amount to anything. They short stems, they poor germination, rotted bulbs, like you name it, it happened to the tulips this year. And so much so that I actually am not going to grow tulips ever again. Well, not for the foreseeable future. They're done. They're off my list. Like no more. Because there's such a huge financial commitment, and you know what? Honestly, they're just not worth it to me. So yeah. So you can go back and watch. It's 2 videos ago. I think, well, this will be like, whatever. There's 2 videos in between. This one, another one, and then the tulip one. Go watch it. It explains all my fails with this whole season. And honestly, I'm not sad to not be growing them. I'm happy to just refocus the garden and the flowers into something different this year. You can't do it all. And as much as, you know, tulips are lovely in the springtime, just where my farm is, or the farm is, my boyfriend's farm is, just the weather we have out there, like, we are not getting tulips blooming for Mother's Day, and past Mother's Day, I feel like people are over the tulips. So anyhow, there's a couple other little greeneries here that as I was just going through this little baggie, I was like, oh man, I forgot. These ones didn't grow either, and neither did these ones. So Ameliorata, it's like called Mignonette. Nobody. Oh man. You're just always into everything. Oh my goodness. Thank goodness. I love you so very much. Oh, that little baby. Okay. Okay, so Mignonette, sweet Mignonette. I was excited to grow these because they have a nice fragrance, and I thought they would be really nice, and you're supposed to direct seed them into the ground, and I had 0 germination. I probably planted them too early. It was probably too cold, and we got a ton of rain when I planted them. I did not have time to go back and reseed them. I have tons of seeds in here still, so I think I'm going to try them again. It's like a filler, and they just kind of look interesting to me, but I know nothing about them really, so, optimum germination, 72%, like, that's not great. So that could be a problem too, but doesn't matter. I'll try some again. I won't commit a huge space to it, but I'll try those again. And then the other one too is this Parisian cress. And I thought like this would be a nice filler too. It says green leaves and stems produce small rounded green seed pods. And I thought that would be really cool too. And like just no germination. And they look like, so as soon as the soil can be worked, direct seed, cover seeds with 1/4 inch of soil, thin when first true leaves appear. You can transplant them, sow them 4 to 6 weeks before frost. Anyways, I got nothing out of these. those two things I got nothing out of. So those are just kind of two little side blips there. But yeah, so as far as those go, I'm not growing tulips anymore. Green dangles, I probably won't try that out. I'll probably just try to find some different grass to grow. I have a really great time growing this millet. It grows amazingly for me. So there's a few different varieties of that you can grow. Anyways, and calendula, I'm going to grow calendula, but I'm not going to grow it for cut flowers. I'm just going to grow it for kind of like my herb garden type thing and use it for all my little homemade potions and things like that I like to make. And then you can like sprinkle the petals on salad and make it look really pretty, or you can use it to decorate a cake or whatever. So I still want to grow them because I think they have a place all in my heart more so than anything. But yeah, you guys, that's pretty much it for that. I don't want to dwell on what wasn't awesome because that's just like, there's so much of that in the world. I don't want to go on forever about it, but those are my top 5 fails in the cut flower garden this year. And there are other things that didn't grow very great, but when I got down to thinking about it, those were the ones that I really, really just like I knew off the top of my head. It was like, yep, I remembered them being so crappy. So it was like, there's obviously a place for them on my list because that's what instantly came to my mind when I was making up my list of things that were fails. So that's going to conclude the top 5 cut flower fails of 2024. I mean, everybody has their successes and their fails, and I'm hopeful that, paper daisies and my asters do a lot better next year because I love those. And I think the paper daisies, I'd love to have more daisy-like flowers in my bouquets all around because I love them so much. So I just need to find some more flowers that are similar to that. I did plant this past summer, I planted those they're called Alaska, I think the little Alaska chrysanthemums. They're perennial, and so those will be very awesome. I've got a nice big chunk of them planted right beside my Rudbeckia, and then that's beside the Yarrow. And so I'm hopeful that they started to come up nicely, so I'm hopeful this year when they grow back they'll be full of flowers, and that will be helpful. But they're white, and so I just need to find some more variety of things that kind of have that look because I love it. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me, you guys. If you have any tips on how to grow paper daisies better, or if you have any tips on the asters, like what I can do better with the asters, do they need some kind of a fungicide or something when I'm growing them to prevent that asters yellow? I don't know much about that. So if you have any tips on both those things, please let me know. And if there's a variety of calendula that gets a long stem all the time, and they're amazing, and they just, I don't know, they just branch out so much. It's like, we'll see, the one will be going to seed, and then they've got the branch off the side. But yeah, if you have a variety that you think I should try because they're kind of a sure shot, let me know in the comment section because I'm willing to try anything. Honestly, if there's any suggestions you have, please put them in there because I will 100% grow anything exciting. I always love trying new things, and I want to expand my repertoire, and I always love to have new things in the bouquets because I think people always are excited every year about like, what is she growing this year? And every year they're like, there's always a few things that people are like, what is that? So let me know if you have anything that I need to grow because that'll be amazing. That's gonna wrap it up for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. Obviously, same kind of thing. If you guys like the video, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. We are just going to be rolling into the holiday season here. I'm gonna do my top 5 veggies and my worst 5 veggies as well coming up. So those videos will be coming up in the next little bit as well. So not as exciting as me being outside wandering around in the garden, but these are things that we have to go over so that we can all talk about them before the next season starts. And this is when we got to do it because we're all going to be starting to order seeds, and then the seeds are going to start showing up in the new year in the grocery stores because they're starting to, or in like the hardware stores and stuff, because they're all starting to come around a lot sooner. So we need to talk about this so we all know what we're going to be getting up to come spring when it's time to get our hands in the dirt. So it's a little bit boring in my kitchen, but this is the best that I can do, guys. So we'll check you next time. Thanks for watching.